Hello, everyone. I hope that you are having a happy and healthy week and that you're staying safe during everything that's going on right now. For our last discussion of this class, we were instructed to talk about how the readings for this week helped me or helped us to understand what it means to provide more empowering literacy instruction and what kinds of things that we plan to apply to our classrooms personally. I got a lot out of the readings this week. I thought that they were really clear and concise, and I felt like they were easy to read, which I always enjoy. And I feel like I took 5 main things out of the readings. I think everybody's different, and so like the things that I took, other people probably didn't take, and I think that's fine. But I did take 5 main things, and I want to mostly talk about those. The first one came from the first article that we read by Shirley Bryce Heath about what no bedtime story means. There was a quote from there that I really liked that kind of started off my understanding. It said, "The culture children learn as they grow up is in fact ways of taking meaning from environments around them. The means of making sense from books and relating their contents to knowledge about the real world is but one way of taking that is often interpreted as a natural rather than learned." The quote also reminds us that teachers and researchers alike have not recognized the ways of taking from books are as much a part of a learned behavior as are the ways of eating, sitting, playing games, and building houses. This was so interesting to me because it is a learned behavior, but I don't ever think about that. I mean, when I really think about like what it means to read a book and understand it and take something and personalize it for yourself, I think that's something that I did learn in my lifetime. And it's not something that's just natural. As an educator, it's our job to help our students understand how to do that. And I think that all educators can do that. It doesn't matter what field you're in. So that was the first thing, is that we can help our students learn to take from books and other words, interpret a book and apply it to our lives, learn life lessons from them. I think going along with this, I can encourage reading in the classroom and at home, creating a dialogue with books that can happen in the classroom with really good questions, with prompts, with discussions, and just help teach life lessons, help teach it doesn't have to be like a Harry Potter book, which is where, I learned my life lessons, but it could even be a textbook, how to best analyze it, how to apply it to a paper, how to apply it to a project. That's definitely something that's learned. My next ones come from the Permíteme hablar, which means allow me to speak, that article, which I really, really liked. It said, "For many scholars, critical literacies involve analyzing the connections between words, social practices, representations, and power." But then it says, "Recent understandings of critical literature situate text not only just as print-based, but as all things with meaning. Thus, texts can be audio, visual, spatial, and body in addition to print." And this was something that was really interesting to me, because if you asked me what a literacy practice came from, I'd be like, well, from books and from writing, but it can really just be anything that has meaning, and I really like this. So the things that I want to apply to my own pedagogy in my classroom were, number 2, allow students to act upon their agencies in the classroom and make decisions about their own future, the future in the classroom and their future outside. Apply culturally responsive pedagogies in the classroom. And it says in the article that these are defined as pedagogies that use cultures and lived-in experiences to enhance, support, and further learning processes. And 4, being flexible with classroom management depending on a student's needs and circumstances. Be flexible and try to understand our students and their backgrounds. The story that really stuck out to me was the little girl who didn't want to sit on the floor because she only has a couple of outfits and she doesn't want to get it dirty and take it home and make her mom wash it by hand. If we can be aware of who our students are, their culture, their background, what's going on at home, we can be much more flexible and responsive to their needs in the classroom. And the last thing that stuck out to me, was from the Toward a Critical Pedagogy of Popular Culture by Ernest Morel. I really liked this one a lot. There was a quote in that said, "Often the failure of urban students is to develop academic literacy stems not from a lack of intelligence, but from the inaccessibility of school curriculum to students who are not in the dominant or mainstream culture. These theorists believe that such students are literate, but that their literacies have little connection with the dominant literacies promoted in public schools." I've seen this a lot in my own teaching. I saw this a lot in my student teaching, that students just don't connect with what we're teaching. They don't connect with the curriculum. And this makes sense. When I was in high school, If I didn't connect, I zoned out. I had a student, my teacher who I student taught with was fantastic. He was such a good example of this. He was also a Spanish teacher, and he used to teach everything using popular culture, and the students just loved him for it. And one thing that sticks out in my mind is he taught opposites, and he would have clips and pictures of people in popular culture, and the kids would just go crazy for it. I just loved it, and it stuck out in their minds, and they always aced that test, and they always remembered it. And that's something that we can apply in our own classroom to help our students be engaged, to help them feel like they're connecting to what we're teaching. So those were the main things I took away from these readings, and things that I am personally going to apply in my own classroom, and hopefully that will help my students in ways that I didn't understand were possible before. So thank you so much. Have a good day.